Well, there's the good news. We're up and running on Facebook. We're up and running on YouTube. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. Coming up, Casper. This is Casper, and this is Coffee with Casper, being broadcast, streamed right from Topanga, back into our home, and all is well. So let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. In about a minute, we're going to gong ourselves in. Nice to see you this morning on Tuesday, January 21st. It's Tuesday. It's almost 8:30. Here we go. There's Arlen. Nice to see you this morning from San Clemente. Beautiful San Clemente. Well, we didn't go outside today because there's a construction going on and making a lot of noise, and also there's a wind warning. So we're not quite out of the authorities are still concerned about the wind, but right now it's very calm and beautiful here in Topanga. We're glad you're here this morning. Let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. And we're right now at 8:30. Well, good morning, Dave and Toby from Boise. Nice to see you. Good morning, Candace from Palm Desert. All right, so let's take a deep breath. We're going to allow ourselves to become focused and centered. Here we go. Big deep breath in. You're going to try to let that breath flow all the way down into your belly. First breath in, we're going to let the sound ah. And relaxing the shoulders. And then one more time, we're going to let that deep breath come all the way in, fall down to our belly. And then we'll bring it up into our heart center. And the gong is there just to remind us that each one of us are putting out a tone, a vibration, that in fact we live in a vibrational universe, and that the vibrations, the sum total of our awareness, that which is in our conscious mind and our unconscious mind, creates a vibrational tone, and that tone emanates from us, and then because we're connected to the universe, no one is separate from the universe, that vibration returns to us as the multidimensional aspects of our experience. And of course, what we know is that we are spiritual beings, mental beings, physical beings, etheric beings. We are multidimensional beings, even in our standard human awareness of only being a body. And what we know is everybody here gathered on Coffee with Caspers knows that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Casper wants to come back up and say hi one more time. But what a good morning, lads. Nice to see you this morning. So from El Segundo. So what we know is that there's only one life. Energy and matter are equal and interchangeable. What we know is no matter our opinion of what's happening in the world, there is always a higher order of harmony. We often have mentioned here on Coffee with Casper the wonderful statement from Judge Thomas Troward that harmony is heaven's first law. It must be heaven's first law, because the universe will go on forever. If there were something that could rise up and destroy the universe, it wouldn't be an eternal power. There wouldn't be an eternal reality. And we remember that we're on the third planet from the sun in the solar system in the middle of the Milky Way, and that's only one galaxy, and it would take light years at light speed just to get out of the one galaxy, and there are galaxies upon galaxies. Energy which creates all things, that one energy that turns all things into form, is omnipresent, omniscient meaning all-knowing, always present, all-knowing, and it has within it the context of harmony. And that's what we're seeking to bring forward in the human kid. Good morning. Aloha from Honolulu. Good morning from South Carolina, Becky. And nice to see you this morning. So what we know is, if you've been watching the news, we had tremendous fire storms here in Southern California. There's a lot of loss and damage. We personally were evacuated from our house, and we could not return without permission, and that took 10 days. And as I say, here in Topanga, that's enough now, sit. Here in Topanga, everything is calm, and the winds are still blowing. They're concerned, but all is well. Good morning from Moore Park. The Reverend Trish is with us this morning. So here's what we want to remember. Then we've had the election. We've got in this country the election, the football seasons, the very cold weather on the East Coast. Things are good morning from the YouTube people checking in. We're glad you're here. So let's remember that what the forefathers of this country brought forward in the Declaration of Independence, very simple. We're going to stand this way. We believe in life and liberty and equality and equal justice and freedom, and that all human beings are created equal. So those forefathers and the females that were in their lives were invoking something very deep within the human heart almost 250 years ago, that they knew that in reality, no matter what society was doing, oneness, life, liberty, that all humans are created equal. Now we're in a struggle to bring that forward. But remember, if something's going to happen in this dimension, it has to happen through this dimension. So there has to be, just like there were 250 years ago, souls who were seeing a deeper reality and had the wisdom to articulate it and then form around it. Those same realities are there for us. For there is a supernatural reality. The law of harmony is first, and it will prevail. And so what we need to know, which is the line from Dr. Ernest Holmes, this great philosopher from the last century, who said, that which today seems supernatural, once it is rightly understood, seems totally natural. For example, many of us will be thinking of someone, and then within a short order, we'll hear from them, or we'll open our mailbox and there'll be a letter from them, or we'll get a text from them. And we'll say, is that a divine coincidence? No, that's the law of the vibration. That which is coming from me is returning to me. If someone is thinking about me and I am moving up in my awareness, there's a good chance that I might catch that frequency and think of them. So that would be what we call extrasensory perceptions. However, if we become aware of them and then we embody them, we can include them in our awareness, then they're no longer extrasensory perceptions, they're just perceptions. And vibrationally just above that, there are higher levels of perceptions. And the only way to enter those higher levels of perceptions is to attune your body to the highest level of your own vibration, and then to hold that vibration. You remember that quote from the Course in Miracles that I've been sharing the last few visits here. God is but love, and therefore so am I. All things are the echoes of the voice of God. The power of decision is my own. So this is where we must daily remember there is one life, that is the life of the one, and I may choose the qualities of those eternal realities that go on forever, eternal verities, that I choose to participate in. I choose to participate on the affirmative side of life: love, life, liberty, freedom, happiness, justice, wholeness, health, wealth, joy. These are all the things that I'm choosing into my life on a daily basis. And again, what we recognize is that we can't get there simply by wishing. Good morning, Lena, back in Chula Vista. Nice to see you. Good morning, Gail from snowy Houston. See, the weather is just all over the place. I bet Ann in Hawaii is not in snowy Houston, snowy weather in Hawaii. But the reality is that we must daily be an avenue through which this happens. And that's not going to happen without some kind of spiritual practice because of the tumult in the race. So much is coming up in the race to the surface that is born of the miscreations of humanity, that they're coming up that we may look at them, make a new decision. The power of decision is my own. Make a new decision and go from there. So daily we must move into that context of quieting the monkey mind that wants to repeat all the scary thoughts and fears and doubts and worries, and quieting that mind, getting in tune with that energy which is at the very center of our being that says, I am that. It's what we call the I am presence. And allowing that I am presence to be the avenue which guides us, as we've talked about again many times. The Meister Eckhart quote that says, what are you doing? They're all over there. They're over there. You're talking to me. Okay. The Meister Eckhart quote that says the soul has two faces. One is gazing at the glory of God. The other is directing the senses. So that's like a transformer. That presence, your own soul nature is a transformer, allowing only that which you can handle to come into your experience. The amount of levels of joy and bliss and love that are available, how much can you have? As much as you're able to embody, as the great Dan Morgan, the spiritual teacher from just the last generation, right? That what we know is you can only have that which you can embody, and it is through a daily practice, a daily mindset, a daily willingness to take the breath of the Most High in, right? That we allow this good to be born in us. So I love the line from Martin Luther King. I refuse to accept that we are bound to the starless midnight of racism and war, that the bright daybreak of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality, for I believe unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word. Unarmed truth. We begin to attune ourselves, to invite, show me the way. I know there is one power. That power is the I am that I am. It's gazing at the Most High, gazing at the glory of infinite good, gazing at the recreation of my own image in the likeness of the One. And I now must use it on a daily basis, separating myself from the race, thinking, seeing, feeling, and creating beyond the struggles, and choosing to live in joy and success. We are changing paradigms in the human condition. There's a dawn of a new age. The new age does not dawn overnight. It dawns over lifetimes. And the only way it can come into being is if there are places, conscious awareness, that are seeking to be a place where it happens. So we are not struggling against the woes of the world. What we know is there's a lot of ignorance in the race consciousness. There's a lot of belief in violence and war and hatred and prejudice and separation. And none of those things are real. What is real is what is eternal, and what is harmonious, and what is gifted by love. And if I can use my own awareness to seek that deeper love, to seek to be an avenue that expresses that deeper love, to seek through, as the Dalai Lama said, to seek through my religion, his religion. He's a practicing monk of the highest level, Buddhist monk. However, he teaches that his religion is kindness. So how can we break this starless midnight of racism and war and transmute it into a higher place? The answer is to be that in the world, to actually be the kind of person you would like to see in the world, right? And practice that. That's what Gandhi said. Gandhi behind me in the painting by Thor Alness, right? We all have a right to be the person, to be the change that we want to see in the world. And we all have a right to vibrate up to a higher level of awareness. The more we vibrate up in love and joy and freedom and wisdom and drawing on the voice of the I am presence within us, show me the way, ask and seek and knock, to that which is the Spirit of the Most High, the very Spirit of life given to you by life directly from the Father, Mother, the Most High, Source itself. And we have a right to rely on Source, to bring Source into our life and to use it in a daily basis. There's a power for good, the philosopher Holmes said. There's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it. So we are not against the race mind. We are compassionately supporting the transmutation of that mind and joining in legions of light workers. There are more light workers like you and me on the planet than there have ever been before. And now we must trust. Never doubt, as Margaret Mead, the humanologist, said, never doubt that a small group of people can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. I claim I am part of that small group of people. You claim that you are part of that small group of people. I am part of the legions of light workers involved in the transmutation of the ignorance of the race to bring forth that which is heaven's first order, harmony. That harmony, peace, and love shall be born in the consciousness of the race, which means that health, wealth, and success and fulfillment are everyone's birthright. And if you don't think that's possible, then what you think is intelligence of the race or intelligence of God is way too small. Johnny Coleman, the great leader, said, "You don't know how big my God is." Perfect intelligence, perfect life, perfect wisdom, perfect creation happening in and through and as the Most High, and I choose to align with that, and therefore be a soul that in my lifetime can experience the awe and wonder of what it is to be a human being fully alive. Well, how would that be possible with all the billions and billions of people? It was St. Ignatius who said the glory of God is a human being fully alive, right? And so I must make that, who was it that said? St. Augustine, I believe, who said, God loves each of us as if there were only one of us. There is so much love for your personal path, so much support for you to see through the confusion, for you to not be, hi, Brooke, nice to see you. Where is Casper? He was right here. He's been up several times. He'll be back to say goodbye in just a minute. So we are at that time right now where it's vital that we hold the light, that we not be confused by the news of the world. And the news of the world is popping here and there and everywhere as we are transmuting that which doesn't serve and beginning to see it more clearly. Beginning to see how each and all, every race, every color, every creed, every nation, every person, every way of being can discover the glory of the decision of perfect intelligence to bring them forth in creation as the image of Creator itself. Perfect mind, perfect body, perfect spirit, in experience, learning, growing, bringing into creation, making tangible the reality of the great potential of very high God, most high God, personal Father, Mother, Creator God, Source, the I am that I am. These words do not belong to any religion or any tradition or any way of being. They are universal. They belong to all people in all times. And we are the right people at the right time, bringing it forward. So this week, let us practice living upstairs in the highest level of my awareness. Let me practice being a place where I can bring it right down into my guts, into the toes and sole of my feet, that which I am anchored in becomes the experience of my life. Perfect God, perfect human being, perfect experience. That which is eventually, that which will be. I believe that unconditional love and perfect truth shall win. It must be, for that's the only thing that's eternal. Who you are is something magnificent. Thanks for tuning in to Coffee with Casper. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. Come on up, Casper. Come on. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. We will be back next week with Coffee with Casper. And we're looking for you to just share these divine ideas. So if you found anything beautiful in what we've shared this morning, if you can use it in your life, take it. Use all of it. And then let's share this video with anybody you know, any way you can, however you are technically equipped, share it. Let's get out there. We're gathering light workers. Who you are is something magnificent. You are one of those legions of light workers that are on the planet to bring forth your fulfillment, to comfortably live your life and fulfill your purpose. And just as I choose to comfortably live in my life and fulfill my purpose, I choose to bring forth a greater degree of livingness in all that is my life, that the light emanating from me might heal, uplift, and inspire, and bring forth more light to others. For there is no such thing as a selfish good. Good belongs everywhere. So thanks for sharing your light in the world. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next week on Coffee with Casper. Who you are is something magnificent. And what you're doing is being you, which is more than enough. Until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. We'll see you next week. Share the video.